Hello everyone, and welcome to another Starcraft 2 livecast, commentating playing live. Yeah, so kind of coming off that tailspin now. I dropped as low as about 50th in Diamond. Excuse me. Which really forced me to go and analyze a lot of my play. I found like a timing against Zerg with my Mass Ravens that I'd been missing. I've been hitting too late with my Ravens, so now I go 6 starports just to pump out those Ravens as fast as possible, go through that gas store and hit them earlier. Still not as early as I'd like to, but I don't think it's possible to hit at the time I really want to. Ideally I'd like to hit him at 14 minutes, but that doesn't seem possible to get Mass Ravens by 14 minutes.
Not enough minerals.
But still, hitting him at 15 minutes is better than hitting him at 17, which is what it's going on now.
Not enough minerals.
So in general, I think these losses have actually helped me out a lot. What am I up against here? Zerg, okay.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
What am I trying to say?
SCV ready.
Yeah, because if you're making mistakes, but you're winning all the time, you're not going to visit those mistakes. In fact, you may not even notice those mistakes. But when you start losing a bunch, you're going to figure it out. You're going to say, okay, something's going wrong here. Let me take a little replay. Let me see if I can figure out what I did wrong. And that's basically what happened. I just played terribly for such a long time that it forced me to kind of visit some certain things. And there's just change my build over against Terran a little bit to be a little bit safer early game. I find my late game Protoss is a little better now. So let's add it up. And now I'm back on my winning ways somewhat, you know, about 20th in Diamond when I used to be 50th, so I'll take that. Let's have one of these guys as number 2, just so if I'm microing this guy out here, I can still send him out to build a command center. Check here just for that hidden drone. Okay, so there he goes for the pool. And that's basically all I need to do. I forced the pool, I'm just going to get the heck out of here.
Huh? SCV ready. Yep. Go ahead.
Not enough minerals.
Often on Zelnaga they'll just go pool first anyways, but you can tell that was actually an attempt at a 15 hatch because this is how late it went down. Yeah, and they go pool first because it's so easy for Terran to block
SCV ready.
To block the 15 hatch. I mean, you know exactly where he's located. You just gotta get an SCV there, and before he can put down the 15 hatch or 14 hatch, and you're set.
SCV ready. Well, butter my biscuit. Ah! You scared me. Big job, huh?
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
Alright, so I feel I'm in good shape. As long as the lings don't... They won't arrive in time, actually, because that pool is pretty late, so I feel I can get the fast expand up easily. And if he opens with some lings, awesome. And I'm, like, well ahead. Got my exo up faster, and hopefully he'll make some larva spent on things he doesn't want to spend it on. He still hasn't scared me yet, though, so he doesn't know that he should try to block my 15 command center. As it turns out, it wouldn't work anyways, because I'm turning it into a fortress, but usually Zergs stay at the 15 command center, then they build like maybe 8 lings, and then they realize it's not going to work.
SCV ready.
Alright, it's pretty good shape here. I'm going to pull out maybe one more. There we go.
Gotcha. What's
Upgrade complete.
Roger. Bad news. You want a piece of me, boy?
Not enough minerals.
Yeah.
Upgrade complete. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
Armed. SCV ready. Roger that.
Gonna put in a little early pressure here.
This better be good. SCV ready. Move it. You're the boss. Yeah.
I'm assuming we lost that ling there, and there we go. It's not actual early pressure, it's just fainting early pressure.
Go ahead.
And just a little bit late on this factory. Let's get going.
Right.
And I feel pretty good.
SCV ready. Affirmative.
I've got scouts for the Overlord.
With the gear.
I got my 4 gas going.
Gangway.
I know I typically say I like to get my 4 gas as soon as possible, but I just don't want to die to any early junk. I mean, if roaches come in, I really want this bunker here. And maybe I'll move one guy over. Saturation didn't look quite even. 6, 7. So there's an Overlord there. Just that one.
Research complete.
Bad news. Huh?
You get 1 missile turret just in case it's super fast muta or something crazy like that. I guess I haven't even checked if he has an expo yet. I just assume he does.
You scared me.
Don't see all-ins that frequently. But even against an all-in, I'm feeling pretty good right now.
SCV ready.
Nope.
In the rear with the gear. SCV ready.
Viking. Range.
This better be good.
Send the Viking out to kill that Overlord.
Go ahead. What? We hear you. Will do.
Alright.
SCV ready. Gotcha. Bad news. SCV ready. Yeah.
And now time to start on my mass starports.
Not enough minerals.
Victory. Bold.
Could feint another push, but it's probably about muta time, so I don't think I'm going to do that.
SCV ready.
Yeah, there's mutas. Maybe I shouldn't have been so aggressive with that Viking. Probably should have checked this zone first.
Let's go. SCV ready.
Raven online.
We hear you.
Oh, I know what I need those starports.
Move it. I'm going. You want a piece of me, boy? Bad news.
And maybe a couple barracks now.
Roger.
2.
Not enough
Command
minerals.
center. Oh, can't do that quite yet.
SCV ready. SCV ready. SCV ready. Go, go, go! What's going on? hear you. Go ahead. Ah! You scared me! In the rear with the gear.
Research complete.
Yep. Gangway, coming through.
Insufficient vaccine gas.
Raven online.
Not enough minerals. Upgrade complete.
Big job.
Raven online.
Woohoo! Well, ready to raise some hell.
Make sure I got my upgrades
Additional
done.
supply
Yep.
depots required.
So I'm just about ready to move out now.
This better be good.
Additional supply depots required.
Are you ready for this? Right on.
Raven online.
Yeah, there's that. Damn it. Yeah, I can kill it with Marines.
Armed.
Insufficient Vespine gas.
That's fine. Go, go, go! Ready to raise some hell.
Engineering at your disposal.
I'm in a heap of trouble. Short. Gangway, coming through.
Why aren't you on the move?
Battlefield.
This is a lot later than I want to go typically.
This better be good.
Now he knows where I am.
Add-on complete.
Raven online.
Who wants some?
This battle requires assistance. This battle requires assistance.
Your forces are under attack.
Combat.
Armed and ready.
Your forces are under attack.
We could use some help here.
Base is under attack.
Oh, hello. I think that's game. He's not going to be able to defend now.
Your forces are under attack.
Ah, why'd they split up?
Not enough energy. Not enough energy. Your forces are under attack. Your forces are under attack.
Huh? Roger. You gonna give me orders?
This battle requires assistance.
I'm in a heap of trouble. This better be good.
Oh, hello.
Raise some hell. Want a piece of me, boy?
Oh, still a safe zone.
Some hell.
Mineral field depleted. Not enough energy. Mineral field depleted.
Go, go, go! Who wants some?
Your forces are under attack. Insufficient Vespene gas.
I'm in a heap of trouble.
Insufficient Vespene gas.
Ready to raise some hell.
Your forces are under attack.
Oh, what's going on here?
Launching out energy.
Not sure if I should try to focus on that hatchery or not. So I think I can still clean them out.
Launching out energy. Your forces are under attack.
Yep. Out here. Roger that. Of course.
Was I starting on blue flame? There we go.
Ready to raise some hell.
Engineering at your disposal.
Mineral field depleted. Upgrade complete.
What's going, huh? We hear you. Ready to raise some hell.
I got some mules. I mean, I don't have the...
Command. Order acknowledged.
SCV ready.
Add-on complete.
Oh, wait.
SCV ready.
Scanning battlefield conditions. Right away.
SCV ready.
Autoturret.
Where? You gonna give me orders?
Not enough energy. Not enough energy. Your forces are under attack. Your forces are under
And that is GG.
Not enough energy. Your forces are under attack.
Sure thing.
Yeah, so, yeah, there goes the Spire. This is
Ready.
done really well. Oh, and there's some blue flame hellions. Yeah, I think everything went well there except my expansions didn't go well. I was a little late to start them. The first base I went to here already had a hatchery sitting in the middle of it. This one I placed a command center and didn't populate it for the longest time.
Upgrade complete.
So my gas store was not as high as I liked it to be in that, well, not gas store, but my gas income wasn't that high in that I'm used to having more than 4 Vespene geysers. But, you know, Zergling Muta, you know, good game. That's not the way to play Ravens. So that made it quite easy.
Replay saved.
So, thank you everyone, and thumbs up, link to come. Cut! Now, that's just in case I don't have enough room on my hard drive to save another game, because I know I'm running low. But, if you're still listening, that means I did have enough room on my hard drive, so we got time for one more game. And spoiler alert, it might not be an hour-and-a-half game, because I definitely don't have enough room for that. You guys actually know more than I do at this point. Alright, so Terran opponent. Sky Terran build. I am going to Greece and Hungary for vacation / wedding. So I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks starting August 28th. But when I get back, I want to show you this game I played against a person in the UEN. Shoot 'em up, I believe is his name.
Huh?
He's a Master League's opponent, and when we played before, he's probably
Not enough minerals.
he's probably
Not
up like
enough
4-1
minerals.
against me.
Not
And
enough
I may be giving
minerals.
myself too much credit, and I ain't
Not
sure if
enough
I've beaten him yet.
minerals.
But he did a really interesting counterattack to my Sky Terran build.
Not enough minerals.
So I really want to show that. In fact, I'd say it's almost a hard counter. It's pretty cool. It might be plainly obvious to those of you who watch Pro League play. I guess that's why pros don't do the Sky Terran, but I never knew about it, and so it's interesting to me. Anyways, with that, hopefully we're going to see some successful Sky Terran here.
Sure thing. Go ahead. SCV ready.
Additional supply depots required. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
Not sure what's the next closest patch after these two.
Ready. Ah, you scared
Definitely
me.
not having this guy dance around.
Yep.
Maybe it's the inside ones.
Big job, huh?
I
SCV
should actually
ready.
get scouting. Let's go backwards because I haven't seen his scout yet, so he's probably not at go around. He's probably not at 6 o'clock. I probably would have seen the scout by now.
SCV ready.
Oh wait, there's a scout. Maybe he has at 6
What's
o'clock.
going on?
If not, he's
In
cross
the
map.
rear with the gear.
That's kind of annoying.
Go ahead. In the rear with. What's going on?
So that screwed up my build quite a bit, actually.
Yes, sir. Big job, huh? Yo.
Okay, I can do this.
SCV ready. Bad news. Armed and ready. I'm going. Who wants some?
Not enough minerals.
Want that second gas.
Roger.
So he's actually close positions. This is actually going to be pretty rough for my build, especially since I'm slowing it down with the scout racks.
Upgrade complete.
Scouting's always great, but you got to remember you're sacrificing something in the process.
Outstanding. Bad news. In the rear. Big job, huh? Will do. SCV ready. By the numbers, boys.
Oh yeah, bunker.
SCV ready. Yeah.
So we got the starport and tech lab on the tanks. Let's see if he swaps or not. If not, I'm going to stick around to see if it's Hellions or tanks come.
Go, go, go.
Base is under attack.
Looks like he wants to swap it just by the positioning. He's making a Viking first.
Been waiting.
Additional supply depots required.
SCV ready.
Additional supply depots required.
Bad news.
Base is under attack.
Nothing's going on with the tech lab, so that was definitely intended to swap. There's no blue flame, no
Ah! You scared me.
So maybe I'll open Viking. 2-star port Viking. Expo started.
You want a piece
complete.
I guess I don't need all these missile turrets in an opening Viking.
Huh? Yes. Bring it. Out. Can't hold them alone. Go, go, go.
Cool.
You gonna give me orders? Ready to plunder. SCV ready.
Oh.
Want some?
Additional supply depots required.
Where'd my Viking go? There we are.
Transformation system. In the rear with the gear.
That's my money.
Yeah,
Pretty
what?
high.
Bad news.
Would you hotkey those stupid things?
SCV ready.
Thank you. Supply depots.
Good job, huh? Got.
Not enough energy.
We could use some help here. Ready to plunder.
It looks like it's just going to expand.
Ah! You scared me! This better be good. Ready to plunder. Ready to plunder. Can't. SCV ready. You want a piece of me, boy? Been waiting on you. SCV ready. Yes, sir. What's going on? Ready to plunder. We could use some help here.
Upgrade complete. Not enough minerals.
You're the boss. Yep. Going. SCV ready. Sure thing. This better be good. I'm on it. Armed and...
Damn it.
In the rear with the gear. Bad news, huh?
Call the ball.
SCV ready. Agreed. We could use some help here.
Looks like he has a push coming,
SCV ready.
so I can intercept that. Oh, I forgot cloak. This is not good.
We could use some help here. System prime. Yes, indeed.
Engine screaming.
Mineral field completed.
Yeah. Done and done.
Made for battle.
You give me too much credit, man.
Yes, indeed. Inbound. I like it. Bad news? Yeah.
Oh my gosh, never hotkeyed this. Alright, so I'm definitely failing on the macro here.
TV ready. Roger. Transformation. Fight or flight. Yeah. SCV ready. I'm going.
Research complete.
In the rear with the gear. By the numbers, boys. Outstanding. SCV ready.
Can use these to take the Zelnoggets back.
Let's get into the fight.
What's going on? Oh my gosh.
Attack. Our units under attack.
I got my ears on.
Well, the battle's going well, at least.
Mineral field depleted.
I should really get that,
Yeah,
nope,
whatever.
nothing too low, it's just one.
Big job, huh?
Let's clear that Zelnogga now.
Call the ball.
SCV ready. Huh? Go ahead. SCV ready. Ready to plunder. We hear you. SCV ready. Yeah. Roger. Move it.
Receiving. Confirmed.
Looks like he's still in 2 base.
Ready to plunder. Fight or flight? Yeah, right. SCV ready. Victory. SCV ready. Transformation system.
All back. Roger that.
SCV ready.
Turbines to full.
SCV ready. Let's get into the fight. Inbound. Certainly.
There's a nice stem. Sweet. BB.
Want a piece of me, boy?
We need some starports, man.
I can't build here.
It's been on my to-do list for a while now.
SCV ready.
Additional supply depots required.
Go ahead. Big job. What's going on? SCV ready. Bad news. In the rear with the gear. Ah! You scared me!
Base is under attack.
SCV ready.
Late on those battle cruisers, I need them now.
Go ahead.
Add-on complete.
I think with a pair I can do it.
Not enough minerals. Not enough energy.
Bad news. SCV ready.
Still a little worried about this ramp here.
Who called in the fleet? Well?
Fight or flight? Yeah, right. What's going on? Huh? Gangway, coming through.
Patching you through. You hailed?
Ah! You scared me! Huh?
Who called in the fleet?
Yeah, you're screwed. I'm pretty sure you're still on Zone 2 base. Just want to check really quickly.
Not enough energy.
Fight or flight? Yeah, you ready for war? Go ahead.
Mineral field depleted.
Yeah, this guy was 2 basing it. Unless you got the high yield here. No, so yeah, I was in good shape there. Had 1 armor upgrade, I guess that's better than nothing. Kinda forgot about these suckers. Had the money for it.
Mineral field depleted.
Definitely mistakes there. It took me a long time to get down more starports.
Mineral field depleted.
I can't do a lot of things at once, and I always seem to be doing something but putting down starports.
Exhausted.
My SCV production just completely lagged for large periods of time. My opening didn't make a whole lot of sense.
Field depleted.
The idea was, well, I saw he was going starports, I'll just get a whole bunch of Vikings and come and overrun all his air, and then I'll follow it up with Banshees, but I never overran his air, and I never followed it up with Banshees, so I guess I did land some Vikings here and did something. And still got back in time to hold his push. This was super vulnerable. He blew through my ramp, killed my bunker, killed my barracks, so I had to rebuild my barracks from scratch to get up the bunker. And luckily, all his major attacks, he just kind of tried to attack this fortress instead of taking some damage and just trying to run by into my base, which I think would have been a lot more successful. Even if he did that like elevator drop like he did originally, if he just tried it again, that might have been successful as well. So I had huge weaknesses there. But I think he made more mistakes than I did. Well, he made one mistake, which was he didn't get an economy. He kind of just sat on 2 base, and where you can, that helps you get a large army quickly, there's no real follow-up to it besides be behind in additional expansions. And I felt like I expanded late, and I had 4 bases to it too, so. One little note I want to talk about with the Zelnaga towers. Usually the way it works with my scouts is I get a scout in front of his base, I get a scout at the key Zelnaga towers. With my by I mean scout, I mean a marine. They'll protect me against any early pushes. Then he'll get his Hellion out, and I'll have to pull my stuff back to my bunker. Then I'll get my first Banshee out, and usually I have to do a little bit of harass. I go around and I clean up any Hellions on the field, and then I feel comfortable taking these spots with my marine yet again. So I'll throw a marine here, throw a marine, outside of his base. When he takes his expansion, maybe throw a marine right here. Just something to see it incoming. And yeah, so with that, we'll call at the end of this video, and thumbs up, link to come. Now, this is good. Let's do a thumbs up, fact to come.
The Yamato is loaded, and so am I.
Alright, for today's thumbs up fact of the day, I want to talk about building structure placement, and specifically how to place structures in a way that certain units can pass through and other units cannot. And then I'm going to apply that to how to set up a Blue Flame Hellion drop defense, so you don't lose all your SCVs like I have in the past. So we're going to talk about the most basic setup, and that is when you place 2 structures corner to corner. Just like so. This is the money angle. If you do something like this, it's not solid. Small units, SCVs, Marines, Zerglings, they can all pass through this. Zealots. But medium-sized units like Hellions and larger cannot pass through. 2 structures corner to corner will block a Hellion but not your SCV. And I'll show you why that's important later. Now, there's a couple exceptions to this. One is this command center. If you look at the 4 corners of this command center, you know, there's lit up red here. You can't build in those 4 corners. But those 4 corners actually don't exist. So even though I have these 2 structures corner to corner here, the command center corner does not exist, which means the Hellion can actually pass through. So what you actually need to do is overlap it by 1, just to ensure that these units cannot get through. So that's overlaps, Hellion can't get through.
Right on. Big job.
But in reality, this is just like corner to corner, so this SCV can pass right through it.
You're the boss.
The other exception is the Vespian geyser. Or a refinery extractor, anything built on it. It doesn't change its properties. These are corner to corner here,
Daylight's burning.
and nothing can pass through. Now the corner hex still does exist on the refinery. It's just that it's kind of curved. So you have to overlap it just like the command center to prevent the Hellion from getting through.
It's a hot action.
But that's not the same as corner to corner. So when you overlap it like that, actually nothing can get through. So SCVs can't get through either.
I'm waiting on you.
And then the final thing we want to look at is terrain.
Bad news.
So here we got a barracks against like a doodad on the map, or whatever the heck that is.
Are you ready for this?
And the Hellion cannot pass through.
Absolutely.
Here we got a barracks against the side of a wall, corner to corner.
Talk to me, boss.
Hellion can pass through. I mean, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It really depends on the terrain, the tile set, and whatnot. Here we have
Go ahead.
a barracks against like the edge of a cliff here. We'll try out the Hellion again. Hellion can get through.
Sounds sweet.
So I've noticed usually this corner-to-corner stuff with terrain doesn't work for blocking Hellions. Sometimes it does. It's kind of tough to say,
Mineral
but I
field
wouldn't rely on
depleted.
it. So just
I'm
don't
going in.
rely on doing corner-to-corner against the edge of like a map feature. Don't rely on that to holding out medium-sized units. And I think, yeah, I've talked about everything I wanted to. So now I'm going to talk about how to kind of do a really good base setup to block Blue Flame Hellion drop. So typically I wall off, some Terrans don't, but I do, so I'll put my first 2 supply depots in my barracks here. And then I'll like tech towards Starport and hide it somewhere in the back of my base. So here's my Starport producing Banshees. And then I'll get my engineering bay and try to get some sort of defense against the Blue Flame drop. And this is the way I would do it.
Vespian geyser exhausted.
Ah, you scared me.
Notice with this Vespian, I
In the rear with the gear.
make sure it's overlapped nice and well. Obviously, that corner-to-corner stuff it's not going to work. But corner-to-corner is fine between a missile turret and engineering bay. Again, overlapping the command center. And you can see this is all very solid, so if I try to get that Hellion in...
Are you ready for that? Light it up. Burn rubber.
No chance. And you can use the missile turrets also as part of the wall off. You can use the factory once you're done building the tech lab for the starport, float it somewhere nice, use an engineering bay.
Talk to me, boss.
Any more supply depots you need you can use for these wall offs.
Right on.
And these Hellions cannot get in. But at the same time, I made sure to set up at least one corner-to-corner spot, like so. This way, if I ever want to transfer SCVs, no problem for them to get out. Also key to use missile turrets as part of the wall off, because you need to prevent... Obviously, he could just drop right inside here, so you need to prevent him from bringing his dropship into this area. But even if he did bring his dropship, like he'd say he suicided his medevac to get in here and got a couple of Hellions out, you can still take all your SCVs and flee. Normally that's suicide versus Hellions, but here the Hellions can only chase so far, because once the Hellions get to this point, they are trapped now inside your wall. Being trapped inside means whatever SCVs you get out are completely safe. So this is the way I'm going to do it against Blue Flame Hellion drop. I used to just kind of prevent the Hellions from even getting into my high ground just by missile turreting off the whole high ground, but on certain maps that takes a lot of missile turrets. This way you can usually do it with just 3. 1 for each corner, and then maybe 1 somewhere in the middle here to prevent them from coming straight in. Maybe I should use a supply depot here and just keep this missile turret a little more central, maybe like right there. Anyhow, with that, that's
Go ahead.
just something to be aware of. Refineries and command centers are special cases, but for the most part, corner to corner only allows small units to get through. Zealots, Zerglings, Harvesters, Marines. That's all that comes to mind. Ghosts, stuff like that. Anyways, so yeah, thank you everyone, and goodbye.